Right, how do you analyze a business model on a competitor's website pretty quickly and easily? Well, what we've got to do when we're doing business model innovation, we are going out into the real world. We're trying to get as much data as we quickly can to put together quick models. These are often very dirty, very simple to try and understand how the business model works. We want the bones, not all the flesh, the muscles, and the details of the physiognomy. So what we do is typically we go and look at their website, extract the key information about their business model, then put it on pen and paper and try and understand it. So how do we do this? Step one, head over to their website. Read the whole thing. Take about 5 minutes. Just simply go through each page one at a time, read and absorbing it. Now, customers, the best place to find those, especially if you're in B2B, is going and having a look at case studies. With B2C, you look at who the pictures of the people are on the website. That tells you the target market. Very, very quickly, dirty, yes, it hasn't got all your demographics, but it's good enough. And if you're a competitor, that's just going to give you enough and you can fill in the gaps. Secondly, value proposition. They usually put it front and center on the website. Yeah, look for a 2 or 3 word phrase, copy that, paste that, put that down in the value proposition part of the website. If you've got 2 or 3, put that down, but make sure that you're not writing down features or benefits. You're wanting the core of the value proposition, not how they're selling what they're selling, if you get me. Now, looking at the contact page, you can normally tell the type and level and type of customer relationship that they've got. Can you get on a phone? Can you book a meeting with somebody? Can you go into their office? Yeah? Or is it totally automated? That tells you about how they work and interact with customers. For marketing and distribution channels, look to see, do they sell online? Do they have affiliates? Do they have shops? Do they distribute through supermarkets or other retail shops? Understand that. Again, you can put that together or use a little bit of common sense and experience. Now, don't have to overthink this. And just grab stuff. Don't overanalyze. It's better to take it off the website, put it down onto the canvas, and then come back, rework it, tie it up. All of your initial thoughts, put it down, just like brainstorming, because you can get rid of stuff because it doesn't fit your preconceived view of the business model. Just be open, like a flower absorbing sunshine, then come back later on and decide whether you've drawn a good flower, whether it's accurate. Now, it's fairly clear how companies generate revenue. And if in doubt, just do a Google search for the company's name and plus business model or revenue model. So, for example, Tesla business model or Tesla revenue model. And if you can't figure out, somebody else has probably figured it out already. On the production side, it can be a little bit more difficult. Normally, the about page and the history page give good insights on what they consider their key resources to be. If in doubt, dive into the financial statements if it's a listed company and see what's on the balance sheet, both IP and sort of more tangible assets. Key activities. Head over onto LinkedIn, go to the company page, look at people, just browse through the people. What are the job roles? What are the job titles? That gives you a pretty clear indication of what's important for the company. Just remember though, a lot of blue collar jobs aren't captured there, but you can get a pretty clear impression, and that is usually good enough for your first stab at the business model canvas for a competitor. Also, head across to Glassdoor, the company review site, and sort of see who's reviewing the company, and these are often indications of what they're doing well, what they're doing badly, where they're spending their money on getting employee satisfaction, which often then again maps to key activities or key resources. And there a little bit you have to join the dots together, but I'm guessing you're pretty good at that already. Where there are big gaps, say for example a consumer electronics company with no production engineers, just start thinking about, okay, why is there a gap here? How else could they fill it? And often they're going to be filling it by having a key partner, somebody who's going to be delivering the role. And this is often a very good reason why we look at different business models of competitors as a set, because you can start seeing the different ways of that they do it, and thus it makes it easier to identify gaps in the business model that you're putting together for other companies. And then how do we then get this all to come together? I mean, generally what I recommend, go out, but if you've got a team, and have multiple people do the same competitor's business model. Do it independently, by yourself, in a room, for an hour, half an hour, something like that. Doesn't take too long. And then come back and sort of compare what you've put together. And then this harmonization exercise where you say, I think it's like this because of this. Then the discussion starts to give you a lot deeper understanding of how the competitor's business model works, and this is where you start really starting to put flesh on the bones and make their business model really understandable and comprehensible from a strategic point of view. Now, depending on how much depth you want to go into, your first draft should be less than an hour. Quick and dirty, you're going to get 60, 70, 80% of the way there. If it's a particularly important business model, just then keep on coming back every month, trying to figure out how it works, what the management inside that company is thinking about how to improve it. That's not visible on the surface. It's not going to be visible anywhere because that's their private and confidential board minutes. But you can start to get inside their head, and because most of us have gone to the same business schools and done similar MBAs, learning the same kind of stuff, we can reach pretty similar conclusions a lot of the time as to what they're doing and where they're going. And this is a very simple, quick way to start analysing competitors' business models using the business model canvas.